figuring out the minimum effective dose and um, doing as little as necessary to get the desired outcome. Now, there is a problem. I think about this stuff all the time, and so I was thinking about this, and the issue with this is that there is this concept where frequency, people want quality, but if the focus is on quality first, then you don't get enough reps in, you don't get enough frequency in. So the feedback loops are very slow, they're very long. So in a classic study or experiment, and you may have probably heard about it, but it's very relevant here. And there was a class that was divided into two groups, and it was like a art class or something, like art or sculpture or whatever, or painting or sculpture. And one half of the class was given the criteria that they were going to be graded on the amount of pieces that they produced. So the more pieces they produced, the higher their grade would be. The other group was going to be graded on just one piece, and that was going to be their grade, the quality of that one piece. You probably know where this is headed. So the group that had the volume, like as many as possible, they not only obviously got better grades or a better grade on that, but the quality of their art was actually better. Versus what happened with the other group is that since they were only going to be graded on one piece, a lot of them procrastinated. They didn't do, they were trying to figure out the perfect way, the perfect art to make, and objectively their art was not as good as the volume group. So this is a reminder that when we're starting out and we're like, okay, well, I'm trying to lose fat, and I need to find the perfect thing, or the perfect dose, and then you're just waiting and waiting. Instead, at the beginning, especially if you don't have, a lot of background in training, even if you do, but especially if you don't, because I'm mostly speaking to beginners. Just do more stuff at the beginning, and what's going to happen is you're going to learn faster what works, what doesn't work, and the quality will come from that. The ability to figure out what is the right dose comes from that frequency at the beginning. So to make that like tangible and like what does that actually look like, everybody, so I will give you a couple examples. First is a training example. Pretty much everybody knows that if you do an hour of cardio every day, you lose fat. But people try to avoid that because, oh, I don't have time for this and that. I don't have an hour a day, 2 hours a day to do that. Yeah, totally fine. But maybe you just start doing 45 minutes of cardio every single day. You will start to lose fat, right? And so that's number one. And then number two, you will be closing those feedback loops a lot faster. You will be learning a lot faster. And so that might be, do that hour of cardio every day. get yourself lean before you start trying to figure out, oh, what's the optimal dose, what's this, what's that. Like, just do more stuff. That is guaranteed to work. Like, if you do more stuff, you will lose body fat, and then along the way you can start to, you know, understand things better. And similarly for the food side, everybody knows that if you eat clean, right, meat, vegetables, you're gonna lose fat. Like, everybody kind of knows that. And the thing that they kind of say with that is like, oh, I don't want to eat bland food. Okay, well, it doesn't have to be bland. Like, you know, the point is that you're eating low calorie foods, low calorie density foods, and that will, combined with more cardio, you will lose fat, guaranteed, 100%. And then on the back end of that, to remember, like, you don't have to do this forever, because getting to that point of being lean is depending on how much body fat you have, getting to that point is maybe 3 to 6 months to 9 months of work. But almost everybody will make a significant impact in 6 months, if you do that, right? And then the other things that happen with that are, once you start seeing changes and the scale starting to drop, the motivation, especially the scale is one thing, but like seeing the changes and then feeling your clothes fit different, then the motivation takes over in and of itself, right, from those results. So then you want to do more stuff, and then, you know, you can worry about refining whatever down the line as that happens. So yeah, like, we all want, you know, everybody wants to be more optimal and find the right dose, and I talk about that all the time. But at the beginning, it's not a terrible thing to be like, you know what, I'm gonna walk on the treadmill an hour a day, and or the stair climber 30 minutes a day, whatever it is. So frequency before quality. And yeah, as always, any questions, leave a comment or find me on Instagram.